Hello, this is Jorge Herrera, and I want to talk to you about taxes. Yep, taxes. Today, April 15, we just, the majority of Americans just sent the IRS all the money that they have made so far, 3.5 months. That's more or less how it is calculated that now that we work these 3 months and a half and pay the IRS from now on, we might be able to start using the money that we earn. And not only taxes, what about the Federal Reserve? What about tariffs? Well, the Federal Reserve, that I don't know how many of you know that it was created in 1913, December 1913, and that same year, the IRS was also created. So I, I asked that question to people. I asked them, what do you think is the worst year that this country has had since it was created? A lot of people talk about some wars like Second World War or with the event that we had recently in 2021, 2020, 2021, COVID, a lot of people say it was the years of COVID. But I challenge them because I tell them I think the worst year that this country has had, in my opinion, is 1913. You cannot get anything worse than that because since the IRS and the Federal Reserve were created, they have total control of our cost of living, and they cause all kind of problems and havoc in our lives. So I was reading a couple of articles about the Federal Reserve and taxes and tariffs, and the Federal Reserve was supposed to be created to stabilize uh, the economy. So we would be able to have a smooth uh, economic growth, but since its creation, the Federal Reserve has been the total opposite of that. It has created so much unstable situations and many many crashes in the economy that has taken the money of the American citizen that is not fun. And then the IRS, the IRS is a coercive organization that makes the life of Americans very difficult. And this on the same on the same road, the Federal Reserve and the IRS, they decide who wins and and who loses. So it makes really life very difficult, and I hope you were able to send as little money as possible to the IRS based on all the loopholes. But I was reading about the loopholes, and loopholes are understood as advantages that some people can take in paying their taxes. But that's not true. When you're able to keep more of the money that you're making, that cannot be called loophole. That's that's your defense. That's your right to keep as much money possible on the money that you're making. And and now we have the tariffs, and I hope it works because if I understand, Donald Trump is a very shrewd, very sharp, um, very sharp industrial person. Um, I wouldn't call him an economist because maybe um, he wouldn't assess or he wouldn't come up with those tariffs. But the fact that he's very shrewd and a strategist, maybe that's why he came up with that, and hopefully it works to the advantage of the American people. Now, those tariffs, I don't think it will make the United States as industrious as once it was, because we have a change on culture, and the American people don't want to go and work on a factory. I mean, the majority of them, because of that change of culture. They want to make money in an easy way. They want to make money in services using artificial intelligence. They want to um, get close to government and sell to government and take advantage of what government will deliver in the sense of their programs and projects that the government comes up with. So that's the problem. Even if we get all those companies to bring their factories to the United States, we don't have the culture to provide the employees for those factories. Maybe we can use robotics, but then that wouldn't improve the employment of the American people. That's what I believe is the idea of the tariffs from Donald Trump. Now, I understand he has for many years said that all the countries of the world are taking advantage of the American people. And that's why he decided to even up putting tariffs in all those countries that have normally put tariffs when they want to have commerce with the United States. So I just hope it works, and we get some industrialization because, well, it's true, we need some. We are not making anything in America. I just installed some LED bulbs, high intensity LED bulbs in my car because at night sometimes it's difficult to see, and I see many cars coming in, towards me where the lights are so strong that I feel that I am at a disadvantage. So I just wanted to even up the field. So, and guess what? They actually look like good bulbs, and they were made in China. And all the selection that I saw when I was looking for them, made in China. So we need stuff made in America. But hopefully we can get them at the price that we can get the Chinese product. I definitely would have loved that those bulbs were made in America. We are not making much stuff in this country. That's why it's important to bring factories and to bring industrialization to America instead of just exporting, financing, and financing concepts and Hollywood movies and maybe some other services, and I guess guns. So I just wanted to talk to you about this situation of all those taxes that we're paying because of the IRS, because of the Federal Reserve, and government. The creation of additional money out of thin air that causes inflation, and inflation turns around and brings higher prices. So I hope we get some lower taxes. I hope Trump is able to influence in that sense, and we need to also audit the Federal Reserve and see where they come up with the money and where they send it. So thank you. I'll see you next time.